Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Law with AKP. In today's class, we are going to discuss an important topic under contract of bailment, rights and duties of Bailor and Bailee. In every bailment relationship, both parties have legal rights and legal responsibilities. The person delivering goods is called the bailor, the person receiving goods is called the bailee. Law protects both parties and also imposes duties on them. This topic is very important for semester exams and problem questions. So, let us understand each right and duty clearly with examples and case law. First, let us revise the meaning of bailor and bailee. Bailor is the person who delivers goods for some purpose. Bailee is the person who receives goods temporarily. For example, if you give your bike to a mechanic, you are a bailor. Mechanic is bailee. After repair, the mechanic must return the bike. This creates rights and duties for both parties. Now, let us understand the rights of bailor. First, right to return of goods. After completion of purpose, the bailor can demand return of goods. Second, right to compensation. If bailee causes damage through negligence, bailor can claim compensation. Third, right to sue. If bailee misuses goods or refuses return, bailor can approach court. For example, if a repair shop damages your laptop carelessly, you can claim damages. Now, let us understand duties of bailor. First, duty to disclose defects. Bailor must inform known defects in goods. For example, if a car's brakes are defective, owner must inform mechanic. Secondly, due to reimburse expenses. Secondly, duty to reimburse expenses. In gratuitous bailment, necessary expenses of bailee must be reimbursed. Thirdly, duty to indemnify bailee. If bailee suffers loss due to defective title of bailor, bailor must compensate. Now, let us understand rights of bailee. First, right to remuneration. Bailee can claim agreed charges. For example, mechanic can demand repair charges. Second, right of lien. Bailee may retain goods until lawful charges are paid. For example, dry cleaner can retain clothes until payment. Third, right to compensation. If bailor's defective goods cause loss, bailee may claim compensation. Now, let us understand duties of bailee. First, duty of reasonable care. Bailee must care of goods like a reasonable person. Second, duty not to misuse goods. Goods must only be used for agreed purpose. For example, a person borrowing a bike for repair, test cannot use it for racing. And thirdly, duty to return goods after purpose completes. One of the most important duties of bailee is reasonable care. Law says bailee must protect goods as an ordinary prudent person would protect his own goods. If bailee acts negligently, he becomes liable. For example, jeweler must safely protect jewelry kept for polishing. Failure to take proper care creates liability. Now let us understand an important case law in Coggs versus Bernard. A person voluntarily agreed to transport barrels free of cost. Due to negligence during transportation, the barrels were damaged. The court held that even though the service was free, the bailee still had duty to take reasonable care. Here, principle established is every bailee must take reasonable care of goods, whether paid or unpaid. This is a landmark case in bailment law. Now, let us quickly revise. Bailer delivers goods, bailee receives goods. Both parties have legal rights and duties. Most important duty of bailee is reasonable care. Most important right of bailer is return of goods. Now, let's conclude this topic. In a contract of bailment, both bailer and bailee have legal rights and legal duties. The bailer must disclose defects and reimburse lawful expenses. The bailee must take reasonable care and return goods safely. We also understand, and through the important case of Coggs versus Bernard, that even a gratuitous bailee has responsibility to protect goods. So remember, bailment creates mutual rights and responsibilities. For exams, always remember rights, duties, examples, and case law. Thank you. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Learn Law with AKP. Stay tuned for the next topic.